We love hip hop.
Casper TNG made an announcement finally that he is signed to Universal. What's the date today? We're the 25th when we're filming this. He is now announced he signed to Universal maybe 2 days ago, and everybody is acting crazy. Like this is brand new news. I'll start by congratulations,
Again.
right? But what do y'all think about? And I'll pull up his announcement. But what do y'all think about him making the announcement now, and then maybe we can ask some other questions after.
I think that they probably shared this announcement as soon as they possibly could have. Perhaps they were finalizing certain aspects of the deal, ensuring that everything went through, all the legal aspects of the deal.
Yeah.
Because I don't see why they would delay their announcement. So, yeah, I think this is more a matter of circumstance as opposed to them purposely withholding this announcement. I think they just want to make sure all their I's were dotted and their T's were crossed.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're able to go public fully.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's definitely a formality thing. Because even for the Sexy Red show, I knew, like, obviously before it was announced, and I showed some people. So I feel like it was kind of the same thing where, like, obviously he knew before it would be announced. He showed some people, it gets out, da-da-da.
Yeah.
So there was an unofficial announcement, I guess, but they still want to be able to announce it formally and, like, officially welcome into the UMG family, which is, amazing, which is, like, shout out to Broski. Like, that's actually, someone from the city, like, it's just dope. You're just dope. Like, there's nothing bad you could say. Like,
No,
even though Maz don't want to give you your props for breaking the news and stuff, like, at least there's news to be broken, regardless of where it's from,
Yes, and that's the most positive part, that, like, the news that was broken is somebody from our scene is about to be able to feed their family and be successful in life, right? So salute to Casper TNG. But why do you think that happened, though? Okay, let's put that aside now. All right. I don't know. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you fucking narcissist. It's not about you, Freddie. It's not about you guys." But why do you think they never said shit? Like, fam, I'm looking back at some of the thumbnails. They're like a month ago we were talking about this. I had Honcho on the show. We were talking about this. I've seen K Money in our comments, like, co-signing, like, putting fire emojis about us having conversations about this on Instagram. But none of the blogs reposted this shit, like, as if we never said that this guy got signed.
I think, like Natural was saying, it's more of a formality, and I think UMG was just waiting on everything being fully set before announcing it.
Mm-hmm.
Probably by the time you heard about it, it was already like 80-85% done, where it was like everything was in the works to get him signed.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they had to wait for, like, the first check to drop, or, like, the first cycle or something, new quarter maybe, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Look what happened to Dr. Dre when he was about to become billionaire status last decade. The man's on live stream or whatever, and then who was it? Tyrese was in the background, but because he's yapping, he said something about the deal that wasn't supposed to be said, and then they had to go back, renegotiate. Okay, we're not giving you $1 billion no more. We're gonna give you $750 because your man's in the back yap too much. So I feel like that's probably why maybe his team didn't want to certify anything, because maybe it wasn't certified yet. Maybe there was nothing to certify as of yet. Like, it was probably in, like, its final hour, but.
So I'll tell you guys one thing, and salute to you guys, right? Because very insightful panel, but you're wrong about those things. All right? I'm sorry, you're wrong. You're just wrong. Because, and I don't want to give you my sources, but
it was already done.
It was already done. Okay, when I went and started doing my little looking around behind the scenes, it was confirmed to me it was done. Okay. Also, I'm not asking about why Universal didn't announce it. They don't give a fuck about what We Love Hip Hop is saying. Why didn't the blogs announce what we were saying when we were like, yo, this man got signed? We didn't know what kind of money it was for. It was all this kind of speculation. Nobody traveled that information around. And the information is now confirmed. So we broke this like a month ago, but it was crickets.
There was a couple blog pages that posted about your announcement of it, but why I think they didn't take your like story and run with it was because Casper never confirmed it officially. So I think this is his confirmation of what you had already brought to the light, which is him getting signed, right? So
Sounds good.
that, I mean, that's how if I'm with, even I am kind of a blog page, you know, like it's kind of like if someone announced something, I would message that artist and be like, yo, you didn't even announce this, you know, Friday's saying this, is this true or not? And maybe he's just like, yeah, give it a few days, or yeah, like we're gonna make an announcement soon. And perhaps he couldn't do it without their permission. And I guess the blogs, maybe they don't want to give you your credit in a minor sense, but I think it was more so just the channel of information that they received that.
Yeah, it's definitely both. It's definitely, okay, the main source, like we didn't hear it from the horse's mouth. And also because it's Friday, yeah, we're not running with it still.
Yeah, because if Axe said the same thing, hey, Casper TNG,
sure.
he got signed, I think it might be a 6-figure deal.
Everywhere.
It would have been everywhere. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, we not only did I didn't even think I brought it up on the live stream first. I think I brought it up here with us first. We had a discussion. Then I brought it up with on the live stream. Then I brought it up with Honcho. You know what I'm saying? Like, this has been information that we've been just pushing through the algorithm.
Yeah.
The thumbnails of us talking about this, they're not like videos that didn't do well. They did well.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just think there's a concerted effort. And listen, salute to Casper TNG. This is not even about him at this point. This is about just a little bit of like the issue that's been going on for a space of time between us and the blogs. Or maybe me and the blogs. I don't know.
Nah, it's definitely us.
I think now it's us. It's us.
Yeah.
Us. It was us.
It was us.
Yeah, definitely. Because like even the altercation that I had, certain blogs was like teaming up with bro.
Yeah.
To kind of paint, oh, we love hip hop weirdos. You know what I mean? But it's just like
the pylon.
Yeah. But that's just how the city is. You know what I mean? Like,
why though, fam? Like, okay, I could understand, because there's always a root to the shit, right? The root to maybe me and the Toronto blogs that have issues with me is the whole 6 Sounds thing and the page getting packed from, I don't know, 2 years ago or whatever. And then thinking that I was the one who got Canadian Underground Kings pack, which is not true.
Yeah.
Right? But that's old shit. That's how many years ago, fam? What's up with you guys? You guys, is this guilty by association?
I don't think it's as much Czar.
No, I get caught up in it. And the only blogs that have like an issue with me, I think, are Keep Six Solid, maybe Six Buzz, but Keep Six Solid for sure. I think it's because Keep Six Solid sees me like interviewing Canada First protesters.
Oh yeah.
And he sees me as like, oh, like you're white, and like these guys have a white guy and this is what he's doing. And I think it's more of like an association like that. Even though my mom's Muslim, bro. She's part of the Ummah. So yo, you have to allow the man them.
I don't think they believe that, fam. I think they might think you're like on some like a caker.
I think they think that, but it's good because I go to bed knowing I'm not. You know but
damn, bro.
For me, all our Anglo-Saxons out there.
For me, it's definitely not that deep. I just feel like I have provocative opinions. I have hot takes. You know what I mean? And like a lot of people, you know, because even me, there's certain personalities. Because of their opinions, I don't like them. You know what I mean? Like, I just think they're idiots. And it's fair. Like, I probably have certain takes, or man's probably think, okay, Natural is a fucking idiot, and I'm never going to like this guy no matter what he says.
Yeah.
And that's completely fine, because there's going to be people on the other side of the aisle, you know? So it's unfortunate that some of the blogs, I don't feel that way, but, you know, it's all good. Because we have platforms, too, that are powerful, motherfucker.
Fam, it's actually getting to the point where, like, before it used to feel low-key, but now it's like blatant, fam. Like, and I don't want to say it's Keep Six. I'm just saying, like, any of these blogs, like, bro, I'll give you another example, just to take it away from Casper, but just to show you that it's like there's a pattern, fam. It's a trend. Big salute to What's the Dirt. I got him on a call. He said, hey, Drake requested Casper TNG's The Market. That was the only song he requested. I reposted this on Instagram because I knew it was a hot clip.
Another thing you broke.
Thank you. Crickets.
Or even when we had that whole Drake T.I. urination story.
Hold on, that's one thing. But here's the thing. Here's the kicker. What's the Dirt made a video, and I know it was by request. Hold on. And then that video was the one that got posted everywhere. Oh my God, What's the Dirt is talking about just on the microphone. Hey, Drake requested this to market. No. He said it first on my live stream.
Yeah.
Okay? But the only thing that got circulated, Keeps It Solid being the first, right? Was the clip of him saying it on his own.
Jeez.
It's kind of weird because, okay, say you're one of these blog pages, right? The only reason I wouldn't post someone is because I either don't like them or I feel like if I post them, I'm being intimidated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put them on because they might outshine me. But in other situations, if you know you're a guy and you have this platform, why would you withhold it from like relevant news information? Which just leads me to believe that they dislike you.
I didn't think that was the case, but like, fam, after a while, once you start seeing things over and over again, and then the only time, like, really and truly, and don't get it twisted, there's a lot of blogs that I collaborate with on a regular basis. Big salute to 6 Block TV and there's another one that I'm always collaborating.
Drip Room
I collaborate with on a regular, but like I'm constantly collaborating Hood 6 TV, right? So I'm not gonna say it's them, right? But there's a lot of other blogs that, fam, I'm like, bro, I can actually see this shit, because when you finally do post anything, it's never a podcast related or something that we broke on a live, or I broke on a live stream or whatever. It's negative. Like, it's some negative, let's clown these niggas, ha, 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 ha. Finally time to laugh, you know what I'm saying? Let's meme them in some kind of way. It's weird, fam. Like, and I'm a big proponent of bringing each other up, okay? Or I wouldn't be accepting collabs, right? But if we were really to like just bring each other up instead of doing this, if I put any light on them, it's gonna take something from my algorithm, we'd be way further, fam.
That lady that you posted in the group chat, she's a singer. What's her name?
Layla Day.
Layla Day. Okay, so in her post that you shared, she mentioned that Toronto is a city full of observers, not supporters.
Facts.
That is very much captured in essence by what you're saying, where they'll pre all your content to make sure that, either they can use something you're saying or maybe you're providing some sort of exclusive information. But besides that, they're not trying to support you. They'll only post you if they have to. Like, last resort, will post Friday.
Yeah. I'm pulling up the post right over here. This is the one you're talking about, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So everyday artists in Toronto are fighting to stay motivated and keep going, and it's getting harder to watch.
So much talent here.
So can you see that on the screen?
Yeah, I woke up this morning and saw 2 incredibly talented artists say that they want to quit, not pivot, not take a break, quit. And I deeply understood, because I too have been contemplating.
Damn.
This isn't coming from hate. It's coming from honesty, because something is truly off in this ecosystem. Let's stop pretending that this city doesn't drain its artists, because it does. The industry here doesn't reward the best. It rewards the easiest to package, control, and explain on paper. You can spend years perfecting your sound and still lose opportunities to someone who just checks the right boxes this year. Everybody's a publisher for R&B acts until it's time to actually move R&B records. Agencies promise shows and throw you on a lineup that makes 0 sense and all it exposure.
Let me find the part where she's talking about the thing.
Keep going.
And support culture or lack of one. People know what you're doing. They're watching. But it's like pulling teeth to get people to show up for some of our local artists. We'll go to the next one. But let Mariah the Scientist pull up, and everyone has money. Everyone's outside, and it's okay to eat ramen for a month. And then one more. Toronto is full of supporters who are actually just observers.
No, but even the point that she made before, right? The one right here, and support culture or lack of one. People know what they're doing. They're watching. Cause like she's like, they're not even like innocently doing it, or like, I didn't even know I wasn't supporting fam. Like, nah, fam, man, know what they're doing. They're like, they'll wait till Mariah the Scientist pops up, and then all of a sudden their bread pops up. But if it's Layla Day, I don't get paid this week. But next time you do a show, I'll show up.
Well, to be honest, like, there is a lot of gatekeepers in the city.
How?
Speaking as a DJ who has been gate kept against, you know what I mean? Like, you really do have to kind of fight tooth and nail, and you have to provide exorbitant value if you don't have these relationships with certain people. Like,
yeah.
Like, it is kind of crazy. Fortunately, due to social media, you could kind of go around it now. But yeah, in Toronto, I couldn't imagine being an artist right now still.
Yeah, because like when you say gatekeep, I do understand once you made the point of being a DJ, because you guys have to go outside and do gigs. So somebody can gatekeep you from being able to perform at that gig, and that's fucked up. But like, as far as like being able to blow up, nobody can gatekeep the internet.
Yeah, and that's why I do agree with the support culture out here. But to the artists that quit, I think that just frees up space for the people who really want it still.
Yeah.
I think the gatekeeping comes more from your team than people gatekeeping potential fans. It's more like, okay, say you're doing a show in the city. There's only like a select few elite promoters that will be able to deliver a show up to a certain standard.
Yeah.
But they're not talking about gatekeeping opportunities. Like, yo, sometimes like something will come across someone's desk and they'll be like, yo, Zara would be the perfect person for this. But because he does those fucking Canada First interviews, I'm not linking him. Like, that's like, that's what
Direct
it is.
Gatekeeping.
Like, that's what it is out here, bro. Like, and again, I'm speaking for direct experience, bro. Bro, I am a dancehall DJ who gets millions of views. If you want me to promote your party, I can guarantee you thousands of views and shit.
Yeah.
But there are people who do dance hall events and then they will never book me just because I said certain things, or they don't blah, 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 you know? And that's just what it is out here, you know?
I feel like it's like that everywhere, though. It's almost just like fundamental networking, where it's like, you know, your net worth is your network. And, you know, if you're cool with someone, like if someone wanted to hit me up, like say I got a contract and they're like, hey, we need you to get like a videographer, right? And like, I'll make some money in the videographer. I'm probably going to go to like my boy.
Exactly.
I'll probably go to Was, you know, big up Was. So I was like, you know, because he's my boy, I'm closest with him. Are there better videographers? Potentially. There's probably someone with a better camera, someone who, you know, but it's like, okay, you can deliver at least the minimum required quality that I need. And like, I'm cool with you, more importantly.
But that's the thing. You said, okay, you could deliver the minimum required quality.
Yeah.
I just feel like for business, sometimes that's not always the best way to go about it. Okay, let's say a client reaches out to you and says, I want to get this done, blah, blah, blah. You're not, like, let's say you don't know Jake, you know Was. You know Jake will get the absolute best quality, but you're cool with Was, and Was will, and obviously Was will do the best quality. This is just a hypothetical.
Yeah.
If you go with Jake, you might impress that client so much that client keeps coming to you, and then now you have a forever link. But because you went to Was, and I'm not discouraging anybody to go to Was, please go to Was.
Yeah, hypothetically.
But hypothetically, you went to Was, and then he just gave the minimum, blah, blah, blah. And then now the client's just like, okay, that was cool, but I'm just going to work with someone else next time.
Don't say the minimum. He did the maximum of what he's able to do with what he has.
Exactly.
And maybe Jake and them have like a whole studio and a bunch of other shit.
What I was saying is like the minimum quality required to like get the job done. So it's like sufficient.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. And unfortunately, it should be more of a meritocracy where it's like, no, like in this example, Jake is the more qualified candidate. I just don't think that's how humans socially operate. I think we should operate like that because it's more mathematical, where it's like, look, I don't care who's my friend, like who can get the job done the best, you know? Like, that's usually how it should be.
That's how I operate.
But I think when it comes to like money and trust, like other things besides merit or skill come into play. Like your character comes into play, your personality. Trust, I think, is a big one. Loyalty.
And low-key, I think that's why the Toronto industry isn't thriving as much as it could be. Because there are a lot of people who have the talent, but because they're not as cool, they don't have the relationship, they're not going to get the look. Regardless of, even if they're known, you know, like they're just not gonna get it because they're not cool with whoever.
And you know what's crazy is being cool with who you need to be cool with almost requires your like worldview to adapt to the dominant group. You know, like say there's like a select few people, like, okay, they call the shots, they see where the money's going.
Yeah,
Like you kind of have to align with them socially and politically. And the moment they find out you don't, they might still be cool with you, but all of a sudden you're not getting like the full experience of their network. You know?
Yeah, no.
Like, oh, he's like a little conservative, like, or like he doesn't believe in this, or like he said this.
Yeah, and our city is very I don't know. They do this a lot. They do this. I call it hood nepotism. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe I don't even want to put OVO's name in it. Okay, but for example, let's say like a big label that is able to put on different people, right? A lot of the times they'll be like, you know what? I'm not gonna put on the best person that would probably like be able to do the best job rapping or whatever. They're gonna do the one that they know demand them from their crew or whatever. There's some kind of relationship from back in the days. And then that's the best choice for us. But it might not be the best choice musically.
And I'm not even gonna lie, even
and I'm not talking about OVO. I'm just giving like a hypothetical, okay? So relax.
And even with literally all the shows, like the show in Vancouver, I know the promoter, and I literally linked him, and I said, "Yo, put me on this show, bro. Like, on some type, I'll be real. I'm like, yo, you don't even have to pay for. I'll get my own flight. I want to be on the show. Just pay me the normal rate you pay me in Toronto, and I'll be over there." Type shit. The Sexy Red, like, I know the promoter that's doing it, and like they contacted me, you know, because man, them have it like that. But still, like, I know them, so that's why like they didn't just reach out to me out of the blue type shit. So I'm not even gonna go on like I don't benefit from relationships as well, you know?
No, real talk. Listen, I again, this was a Casper TNG segment. I wanted to separate him getting his Universal deal because it's congratulations on that no matter what.
Yeah.
But I just found it just really fishy, just the way that the blogs move with us. It's not the first time I brought it up, but every time I see another example, like you just brought up before with the T.I. and the Drake story, that was like a blatant one. But this one, it's happening again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to act like we ain't got microphones and I ain't going to call it out because y'all ain't got microphones. Y'all just post. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can actually, like, we can sit here and say words like, we can see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying?
I just feel like we just have to continue what we're doing. Like, I see the trajectory we're on. We just have to continue being undeniable. You know, like, regardless, people have to react to what we're doing, you know, positive or negative.
Yeah.
You know, so we just keep building, and then eventually, like, people are going to have to jump on board.
No, facts.
Thanks for watching.
If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to check out these other videos on the screen and make sure to like and subscribe.
We love hip hop.